Now, his funeral is set for Saturday in San Joaquin County.
It's going to be a celebration life for Sonny Barger.
99 Speedway CEO Tony Nicetti was contacted by the Hells Angels and agreed to host the event. Now, nearly 20,000 members and friends of the Hells Angels are heading to Stockton. Nicetti tells us there will be at least 400 security guards on site. Security checks at the entrance gate and weapons and drugs will not be allowed. But that's not enough for local law enforcement the businessman to cancel.
The 99 Speedway continued with their event planning and disregarded the input from all our law enforcement partners.
San Joaquin County Sheriff Patrick Withrow held a news conference Friday explaining the dangers to the community. Reading from the Department of Justice website, which identifies the Hells Angels as an outlaw motorcycle gang used as a conduit for criminal enterprises, including violent crime, weapons, and drug trafficking.
Guess who's coming to town? For this event, they had to strike a truce with their enemies, asking them not to come and create violence at the event in our county.
The sheriff is concerned the truce won't last.
There are definitely going to be rival gangs.
San Joaquin County Sheriff says his deputies will not be present at the funeral, fearing for their safety, but will be patrolling the surrounding area throughout the event. The CEO here at 99 Speedway says the Hells Angels are no longer a violent group, though the sheriff brought up an incident recently where two members of the Hells Angels were arrested in San Joaquin County for allegedly beating a man to death. The sheriff's department is asking neighbors to steer clear of the area.
Fishing him out. That should be the new thing. He has to donate to be the host.
Great idea. Harass our host every year and force them to be on the spot.
It's a great idea.
It's a good plan.
Yeah. What song should we do? Be Radioactive. That is.
I know that one.
That song did change our lives.
For the better, some would say.
We're hearing from the UP's statement regarding the lawsuit. The recent Park Cal Fire and the U.S. Forest Service have not made a determination on the cause of the fire, but remain focused on reducing wildfire risk across our service area.
Guy took up.
Yeah, Guy. What's Guy doing? Where's Shaq? Did Shaq leave? We should expose him if he left early. He did leave? Wow. He gave $50,000 actually. Forgiven.
If anybody would like to leave early, just cost $50,000.
Yes, he'll charge you at the door. That's a great idea. We're coming up with so many good ideas to make this portrait next year. Did you want to do Enemy?
Our restoration company is working through the weekend to get the building ready. So with that, we turn to first alert weather now, starting to feel like summer as temperatures rise, even though fall just started.
Yeah, there you see Chief Meteorologist Nick Marianos joining us with our first alert weekend forecast.
And that's right. You call the temperatures on the way back to the mid-90s. And, it's going to feel like more warm because we're just coming out of a cool period. We have highs into the 70s. But when it comes to fire weather, at least Mother Nature right now is helping us out a little bit. The relative humidity percentages are in the 60 to 70% range, and that's right now. That's because the temperatures are going down. So when that happens, the humidity, relative humidity tends to go up. But the winds are light, and we will stay with light winds through the day tomorrow under mostly clear skies. High pressure's in control. This will lead to full sunshine all the way through this weekend. So you kick off the day on your Saturday, temperatures down about 61 degrees, clear skies, light winds. The sunrise at 6:56 in the morning, and then through the day tomorrow, nice good amount of sunshine. Perfect weather for that dog walk before you really kick off your Saturday afternoon, as temperatures by about 2 o'clock are already approaching 90 degrees. And we will see those highs pretty much max out into the mid-90s tomorrow across much of the valley and Delta locations. Foothills will be into the upper 80s and near 90. 70s in the Sierra, still holding on to some sunshine. And how about that? If you plan to get to the Bay Area, we're going to be up into the lower 80s, so a little bit of a warm-up for everybody this weekend. Adrian?
Love that new dog graphic. Thanks. New tonight, we are learning a former dog trainer from Shingle Springs has been arrested by the FBI. 64-year-old Terry LeClaire is accused of placing hidden cameras in his home's bathroom to record young boys for a decade. According to the Sacramento Bee, he was booked into the Sacramento County Main Jail yesterday and is being held without bail. This next hearing is set for Tuesday.
Out of Fairfield, where police have arrested a woman accused of trying to kidnap a 12-year-old girl at a school. Police say the suspect told the girl her mother had sent her to pick her up from E. Ruth Sheldon Academy earlier this week. But school staff stepped in, and when questioned, they say the woman threatened them and other children. 22-year-old Angel Page was arrested. Police say she's related to a boy at the school who had issues with the girl.
News tonight, a lot of panic at Wilsey Wood High School in Vacaville today after reports of a shooting. Vacaville police say there were reports of a shot being fired and an armed subject at the school fair. Officers found parents and students scrambling, running out of the campus quad area. Now, no one was injured, no suspect was found. It turns out all that panic was caused by a balloon popping and a child yelling that someone was shooting.
In Sacramento County, 2 schools plagued with problems from the homeless staff dealing with human waste, while some students had sexual obscenities shouted at them. In that incident, a man was arrested.
So what's being done to keep students and teachers safe? CBS 13's Madison Kennedy is getting answers for us tonight at Sutter Middle School.
It's recess at Growth Public Schools, and Mr. G shows us how his mornings typically start.
I'm not at all surprised
Click the
that
small
other
logo.
campuses are having this problem.
The problem this computer science, music teacher, security, and
select
IT guy
create
referenced is
Once
just a
the
block away from the elementary's campus on Tech Center Drive in Sacramento County. The homeless encampment nearby brings unwanted and sometimes dangerous activity to campus, or close enough where students may see it.
And there was someone having people drive up every single day while school is in session, doing their business. I can't say what their business was, but it looked like dealing drugs.
He's stuck on who to call. He says law enforcement's hands are tied, even when an unhoused man defecated on the campus. And city or county leaders punt the issue back and forth.
It makes it difficult as a person just trying to find out information about what the laws are.
CBS 13 turns to Hope Cooperative, a nonprofit that provides service and treatment programs from housing to mental health for adults.
profile
We
page.
asked,
The
where do
title
educators
on
go
the
to report
looks like
concerns
profile picture
related to
and
people
select
who live
create a dashboard.
unhoused?
Once in here, head to State Manager. Then fill out this info like it's a profile page.
And at least help give some referrals.
So what's the solution? How can schools like Sutter and Growth be safe? Hope Cooperative says mental health resources isn't the only answer.
Is to house first. And housing first really means that if someone is able to remove that level of stress, then and able to be settled and stay somewhat stable, then they'll have the ability to tend to the other things.
Madison adds, Mr. G says he's not done. He plans to share his concerns at city and county meetings as well. Tonight, 2 new homeless ordinances are in effect, banning camping along the American River Parkway and preventing tents from blocking city sidewalks and public entryways. But the county says it won't be doing any sweeps along the river. The initial focus will be on outreach programs.
All right, have you noticed? Gas prices, they are starting to creep back up. Californians, once again, feeling a whole lot of pain at the pump. The average price for a gallon of regular in California right now is $5.58. That's up about 6 cents from yesterday. In Sacramento, it's a little bit lower, $5.53. For Stockton, $5.44. And you'd have to head to Modesto to get the cheapest gas in our region, $5.39.
In the Bay Area and Los Angeles, some gas stations are back in the $6 range. AAA says there are several factors at play near and far that are likely affecting gas prices.
Whenever hurricane season comes in, that can have an effect on the oil industry. Prices tend to go up. At the same time, in California, we have what's called oil refinery turnaround season. So now is the time when oil refineries are taken offline for maintenance and for inspection.
Well, right now, the average price for a gallon of regular gas here in California is about $2 more than the national average.
Take a live look down at the state capitol for you tonight, where Governor Newsom is reviewing hundreds of bills on his desk before next week's big deadline. But just hours ago, the governor signed a cyber flashing bill into law, which bans sending unsolicited lewd photos and videos. It allows victims who get these images by text, email, or app to sue the sender.
Another bill signed into law, California IDs for all. Undocumented Californians are not able to obtain a state ID. Supporters say immigrant students will have improved access to in-state tuition at colleges and universities. It's also provides low-income Californians, regardless of their immigration status, eligibility for legal assistance. It will also be easier for undocumented street vendors to get local health.
That brings us to Senate Bill 972, also signed into law this evening. It simplifies the rules for street vendors to get those health permits. The law will also change equipment requirements, lower fees and standards, and will remove criminal penalties for health code violations, replacing them with fines. All new at 10, the Farm to Fork Festival returns here to the Capitol Mall. What makes it bigger this year and why farmers say they need to support more than ever.
Now it navigates.
See a little bit more on the dash cam video of a driver detained. Others running with police for the suspect on a collision course with a train.
Wow, stick around for that. And this sounding the alarm on what's brewing beneath the surface. The study revealing a new seismic threat in California.
And new details on the death of a man killed after clashing with Colorado police, what authorities say really killed Elijah McClain. We're back in 60 seconds.
Window. Although this hasn't been
I've fought wildfires for
under
20
the
years.
screen type, select
Here's
streaming
the reality we
services.
face every day. This is a crisis. We need more firefighters, more equipment, better forest management to prevent wildfires and reduce toxic smoke. And we need to reduce the tailpipe emissions that are driving changes to our climate. That's why CAL FIRE Firefighters, the American Lung Association, and the Coalition for Clean Air support Prop 30. Prevent fires, cut emissions, and cleaner air. Yes, on 30.
Let's make each season a little sweeter. Let's make more of every new opportunity. Let's take better care of our families, our community, and our environment. In California, we don't settle for merely the best. Because with Toyota's class-leading fuel efficiency, reliability, and safety features, there is no best, only better. Year after year. Toyota. Let's go places.
That is difficult to watch. Wild new video tonight of that train slamming into a police car. And that's not all. A suspect was handcuffed inside at the time. Police in Colorado were responding to a road rage incident and left the car on the tracks when it was hit. Incredibly, the suspect inside survived, but does have serious injuries.
Wow, just incredible. To this now, thousands of trees are coming down in El Dorado County to reduce the risk of wildfires. But some say the project is decimating Tahoe trails.
The project is happening along Pioneer Trail between Myers and the state line. CBS 13's Brady Halplab spoke to people there who want crews to cut back on their work.
And this is my dog, Lucy.
For Pamela Francis, getting her dog Lucy tired is always a challenge.
Yeah, Jesus, I remember you told me you were going to take me for a run in the forest.
One way she does that is riding her bike with Lucy along the pathway near Pioneer Trail.
And that's how she gets her exercise. That forces me to get out there and exercise.
But the recent work to remove fire fuels has made her ride less enjoyable, seeing fewer trees. She also worries the open areas might entice people to make their own trails, creating further erosion.
With creating new trails,
Head back onto
there's going to
Twitch.tv,
be more erosion.
navigate to your
So
dashboard,
the
just like
trails that we had
this
were
time,
already
click on the
established,
tab
and so
labeled
many people took advantage of that.
In 2018, the U.S. Forest Service linked Tahoe Basin Management Unit started working to reduce the excess vegetation to more than 3,500 acres in South Lake Tahoe. The project aims to decrease the risk of wildfires by reducing fire fuels. The project also aims to help give access to fire crews in hard-to-reach places if a fire breaks out.
It definitely gives me peace of mind.
Francis has seen the threat of wildfires firsthand. She was evacuated during the Caldor fire last year. And although she shares the same concern of her neighbors, she's also glad the Forest Service is working to keep her community safe.
So I appreciate that they're finally taking measures to do whatever it takes to help prevent major fires going through communities.
The U.S. Forest Service says they understand the work may impact the appearance of the forest, but new vegetation growth will happen in a few years. California's highway cleanup initiative has hit a major milestone. The governor's office says Caltrans has removed more than 1 million cubic yards of litter from the side of the road. The $1.1 billion program just launched a little over a year ago. Caltrans says it's hiring 750 people to remove the trash and graffiti.
A new study tonight finds a fault that runs through Southern California could trigger an earthquake similar to the San Andreas fault line. The fault system runs 70 miles along the coast of Los Angeles. Researchers say it has a much larger surface area than previously thought and could trigger a 7.8 magnitude quake. They say worst case scenario, the fault combines the most destructive quality of the 1994 Northridge quake and the 2019 Ridgecrest quake. Northridge was the costliest in the U.S. at the time, collapsing buildings, houses, and roads.
All right, get ready to turn your eyes to the sky on Monday night. It's because Jupiter will be closer than usual. According to NASA, this will be the closest the largest planet in the solar system has been to Earth in nearly 6 decades. Scientists say Jupiter will appear bigger and brighter, all because it will only here be 367 million miles away. Experts say the best place to get a view will be in an elevated spot in a dark and dry area. Got the dry area covered for you.
All right, well, Nick Mariano's chief meteorologist joining us for the first alert weather forecast. And I guess, what's the prognosis for being able to see it? So there's clear skies out. Yeah, we need clear skies too. We're going to have plenty of that over the next few days. Really not many clouds in the forecast. So we get middle part of next week, high pressure's in control. And this will give us lots of sunshine this weekend, but it's also going to help warm things up too over the next few days. Temperatures will notice that tomorrow, in fact, probably thought that today would be something outside, feeling a little bit warmer because it was. We're closer to 90 this afternoon. Tomorrow, we're going to be in the 90s for high temperatures on this first full weekend of fall. Overall, though, temperatures will be on their way back down a little bit by the middle part of next week. In the Sierra following, also some patchy morning fog. They'll quickly give way to that sunshine through the course of the afternoon. Here it is, high pressure and control. That storm track is way up north and kind of big on the clouds. That's with the jet stream going all the way north into Canada right now. So this will lead to at least a continuation of that dry weather in place. At least the winter lights. That's important when it comes to fire weather across the areas. We do have that going for us. Temperatures on their way down right now. We're sitting at 71 degrees downtown, Auburn at 68 degrees, and then the 40s for Truckee and down across parts of South Lake Tahoe. And then we'll see the lows in this year down to the low to mid-30s tonight. But I don't expect to see much freezing fog. It might be really down to 20s the last couple of days. So tonight will be milder and the upper 60s across the valley.
Come on.
A lot of events happening this weekend too. And if one of your plans this weekend, say tomorrow's at the Folk Festival, great weather for that by lunchtime. Temperatures will be until lower 80s. Great weather for that. Those outdoor activities. 6 o'clock will be in the 90s. So there's your warm up. And I think the highs of the day will be more so to the mid 90s, about 93, 94 degrees from Sacramento down to Stockton. Also about 93 degrees. And the foothills temperatures will be to the 80s near 90s. And then comfortable up into the Sierra too. The temperatures going back up into the 70s as we go through your Saturday afternoon. I think Sundays will be very similar to that of Saturday. So into the mid 90s. It's because of this ridge of high pressure that's building over the West Coast. Later this week, that ridge starts to break down. So those temperatures will respond as well. We're going to go from the mid 90s this weekend back down to the
I'm gonna have to log out.
The middle part of the week roll around.
I'll be right back.
Tropical storm Ian's now a new name storm in the Caribbean. This is one that watches it make its way across the Caribbean and has its eyes set in Florida right now. So